Today is January 15, 2020. Earnings season just got kicked off today by the financial stock, and in a couple of weeks, we're going to see a lot of the tech stock start report earning. And some of the recent tech movement, especially some of these stocks that went parabolic, could present some opportunity here right before earning. So I'm looking at three stocks in particularly. It's the AMD, Apple, and Tesla. All three of these have these things in common. They went parabolic in the last couple months, and also they are reporting on the same week. And there's a couple weeks between now and the reporting of the earning. So there's time for me to possibly look at some pullback and set it up to buy some option to play for the expansion of volatility for the price to move up to the earning date. Now, I'm not trading into earning or through earning because basically I'm looking for a trade that I'm going to take out and take it off right before the earning comes out, hopefully 1 or 2 days before that. And essentially, I'm just trying to capitalize on the expansion of the volatility. So let's take a look at the stock on AMD. Right now, you're looking at this weekly chart on AMD. You can see how almost in one up a straight line, right? This parabolic, this weekly chart here, right? And it's just kind of ridiculous when price move like that. And also the other thing is we're going to take a look at the daily, and I went back and looked at basically 15 trading session prior to earning, and see is there any kind of tendency of moving up or down one way or the other. And if you look at it on a little bit of a bigger picture, it seems like it's kind of random. But if you look a little bit closely to our time for a little bit of a move to go up before the earning come out, right? So basically, taking advantage of those opportunity of a little bit of a pullback, and for the price to run up to set up for the in anticipation of positive earning move, right? So essentially on the AMD, I am essentially looking for a pullback back to this maybe around the 47 to 46 area, possibly into this gap here. And if pulls back here, then what I would do is probably looking at the possibility of buying the call, and I'll be buying the January 31st call, right? Because that will be the option expire after the earning report. So that way it will have the complete expansion and the collapse of the volatility, the expansion of volatility up to the earning. And AMD is scheduled to report earning on the 28th of January. So you get that expansion of volatility coming up to earning, and then once earning come out, then you get that collapse of the volatility. But I won't be betting the collapse of the volatility. I basically want to come up here, and if opportunity arises, it have to be proper timing, because if the pullback comes too late or too close to the earning report date, then that's no good, because then the volatility expansion is already in effect, and I'd be paying for that expansion, but that's not what I want to do. I want to be able to capitalize on that expansion. So if it pull back and take too long to pull back to this 46 level or somewhere, then there might not be an opportunity for me to put on a trade. So if it come down and get in here to the 46 level, then basically I'm looking for a call, maybe buying the out of the money call, the 50 out of the money call on January 31st, because I'm essentially looking for this thing to come up, work itself up toward the $50 level before the earning comes out. Right now, the projected move from the option market is about $5. So if you take the current price, today's close at $48.50, and then plus $5, that's essentially put this thing somewhere around 53.5. Right, so I'm basically looking for this thing to come up near the 50. Then if I get the 50 call, even though it's out of the money, then by the time it get close to earning, it will be near at the money. Then you get the benefit of the premium increase along with the volatility expansion. So basically right now, the call, if you're buying the 50 call at today, you're basically paying the assets $1.84, but that's with a delta of 44. So let's say the price come back down from the 48.50 to 46. So there's a $2.50 reduction in the price. So if we just kind of rough it out, take 40% of that 250, right? So that's 80 cents, about $1, right? Okay, so if we subtract $1 there, we might be able to buy this for maybe 90 cents to $1, right? By the time that this thing pull back, maybe the volatility is also increased. So we'd be paying somewhere around $1, 90 cents to $1. If we could pick that up, the January 31st, 46, the 50 call for $1 or so, then we could play that volatility expansion coming back up to the 50 area. Then we could make 1.5 or 1-to-1, that sort of thing, right? So maybe we could pick up, because at 46 and we get a 50, and if that move, that's $4. If we get a 50 delta move, that's $1, right? So we basically essentially double just on the delta move. But we're not even counting on the expansion of the volatility. So right now the volatility is saying 59 or 60%. So you figure this thing might go up to 80 to 100% volatility when the earning report they get close, right, or right before earning. So we could get that, with the premium price. So essentially that's one of the play on AMD. Now the next stock that I want to talk about is Apple. Apple, you can see on this weekly chart, it also went parabolic, right? You see this right here is just almost just as parabolic as AMD, and it might be even more of a straight line here. So we basically are looking for Apple to pull back as well on the earning. And Apple also scheduled to report earning on the 28th of January. So again, it's a similar type of concept, similar kind of play that I'm looking for Apple, as I described on for AMD. So you can see on some of the previous time that looking at the earning to see is there any kind of tendency. It seems like the last 4 quarters of earning, it has a tendency of moving upward before earning comes out. But also, if you go back here, back on these time, you also got these down day, and then this right here kind of flat, and then here is down. So if historical tendency, I don't know, right? I mean, but it does have an opportunity to set it up to make a upside move prior to earning, and that again, that's basically what I'm trying to capitalize on, is the expansion of the volatility. So I'm looking to see would it be able to pull back into this gap here, right? So that would be somewhere around. Let me see here. Let me blow this up here, right? So this would be somewhere around 304, 305 into this gap, right? The 306, 305 here into the gap. So, and here is the 315, 317. So basically they're looking at maybe possibly long the 317 call, right, if it pulled back to this 305, right? So that is a $12 move. Right, on that $12 move, then maybe we could get the option at a couple dollars, because right now the 317.5 call is going at asking 755. That's a very hefty premium. Okay, and but the major move is $21. So if you put $21, it's saying that this thing could go to 325 on earning here. 325. That basically is a major move of this swing here. Right, this 100% of this swing. So essentially what I did is I have a Fibonacci retracement tool and just project up that 100% move, this swing here. Okay. So that puts it at 325. And right now the option market is basically pricing in for a upside move of 325. Right. So if we take a look at here, I said if it come down to 305 area, then we could buy the 317.5 call maybe for a couple dollars. Right. Then essentially you want to play this thing up to that 317 up to earning. Right, up to earning, not into earning or to earning, up to earning, because we're going to close it out before earning comes out. So let's see, could we get that $2 still a little bit pricey for me, to play these kind of play. So we'll see, but that's the idea, right? If it come down a little bit more, it might be better, because I'm just looking for a slight directional move on the upside with expansion of volatility. Right? I'm not saying that it's going to go there or not. Right? I'm just basically playing the direction of moving up there to, hype, to push the option price up along with the expansion of the volatility. So just taking advantage of that. So I'll be keeping an eye on 205 area, and if it come down here and then start showing a little bit bounce, then if the option premium, the option price for 317 or 320, if it's too pricey, then I might look at the 320 call, the January 31st call, and then play that up to earning on Apple. And then finally, Tesla. Look at Tesla. I mean, I know the short is getting pounded right now. So you can see Tesla. I mean, it just shot up, right, since the last quarter earning. And we've been talking about this when it was down here at 179, 178, and saying once you break this 389, then we're basically looking for this thing to move on the upside. And it's just unbelievable that the high today was 547.41. So again, we're basically playing this volatility thing on the earning. So right now, I'm essentially just looking for Tesla to move back down, and you can see even on this projected move here, right? This projected move, this symmetry move, and it's already exceeded 100%. So I'm looking for this thing maybe possibly pull back to this 512 or 510 level. So if we could get that 510 and essentially playing back the 550 call, right? The high is 547. So we're basically playing for the 550 call. The 550 call today, it costs $21, right? Now, you don't want to pay that kind of premium to play this option. The volatility is just ridiculous. Right now, the implied volatility is already around 78%. And it is pricing a projected move of almost $70. Right? So if you put $70 on top of this 518.5 today on the close, right, that's a 588. So it's almost 590. Right? So basically it's up here. It's almost 590 here. Right? And essentially, that's what they are projecting this thing to move. So what we're going to do is we might want to play the 550 or 560 call if it come down, if it come down to somewhere around this 510, 505. All right. So if it come down to 510, 505 area, then we might be able to pick that up. Might be slightly, well, hopefully much less than $22, right? Because right now it is way too much. Right, so we basically want to pick up that 550, maybe well, we'll see how much it is. I mean, if it's too pricey, I might just skip Tesla, because Tesla right now just costs too much on the premium because of volatility. So we'll see. Maybe it will dampen a little bit on the downside, or maybe I just play on the downside on the pullback. Who knows, right? So, but again, basically that is the idea: is to play along the expansion. If we go and take a look at the 60-minute chart here, you can see that it's kind of pulling back here, and if we come down to somewhere into this trend line here, so basically talking about this 505, 510 area. Right. Now it could all come all the way down here to maybe possibly this 490 into this gap here. Now that would be great, because the more it pulls back, the less of the premium that we'll have to pay for this 550. Because again, I'm not targeting this price level for it to hit, so my option would make money. I'm just targeting the directional move toward that target level with the expansion of volatility, so I get the inflated option premium when I want to sell it, and that's how I'm going to make profit of this, these type of trading up to earning. Right? Again, earning comes out on the 29th, so it's a day after Apple and AMD, and after the market close. So again, we're basically playing the January 31st call, and basically either we play the 550 or the 555 or 560, depend on the premium, right? So we just want to play for the directional move. All right, so those are the three ideas on these three stocks that went parabolic, and we'll see how it play out. There might not be a play, and there might be, but I follow up with with another video on the trade. If I have taking any of these trade, and we go through it. I show you what the play is. If you like the content in this video, be sure to click that thumbs up and smash that YouTube algorithm for me. Also, click the subscribe and the notification icon. That way you won't miss any future video from me, especially the one that I'm going to follow up on these three stock on any of the trade that I'm going to do to trade this thing up to earning. Thank you for watching, and best of luck to you on your tradings.